Hello there. Welcome to another edition of Leading Edge, our weekly resource to support your leadership journey as we seek to raise effective godly leaders. Last week, we began a series on what I called the magic of a great team. Now, in the first installment of the series last week, we discussed what I called the dynamics of effective team selection. In it, we covered 5 broad principles for selecting your A team. If you remember, they were: number 1, select for ability. Number 2, select for attitude. Number 3, select for appropriateness. Number 4, select an assortment of diverse people. And finally, number 5, select for agility. Today, we shall take the second part of this series as we discuss the power of a cohesive team. Now, the brightest star cannot light up the heavens all by itself. It would take a starry galaxy to achieve that. So is organizational success. One individual's talent cannot deliver team success. The world's best footballer in a very weak team cannot make it a winning team. Simple. There is no star in a sinking ship except everyone plays their role to steer it to the shores. So individual talent alone won't make a team successful. So team members must be able to understand and take advantage of each other's strengths to be successful. That's what is called teamwork. It is therefore very important for leaders, be they sports coaches, army commanders, business leaders, political, professional, and faith leaders. It is important for them to create a platform to engender trust, cooperation, and commitment among all team members. This is the only way to maximize team productivity. It is in creating a shared identity and a sense of mission. It is in modeling best behavior and enhancing shared experience that leaders inspire camaraderie and team spirit. So the greatest foundation for team productivity is cohesion. Without it, the most talented team gets dysfunctional and loses big time. Multiple studies in the area of sports show that team cohesion is by far the single most critical factor that delivers team success. This is true in every other field. Yeah? So what's cohesion? Now in Amos in the Bible, chapter 3, verse 3, we read, "Can two walk together without agreeing on the direction?" So cohesion is to have a team alignment regarding mutual acceptance of objectives, of goals, of tasks, and so on and so forth. A great example of team cohesion in the Bible is the Nimrod project of building a tower that stretches to heaven. Here is how God described an aligned team and the natural outcome of such a team in Genesis 11, 6-7. It says, "And the Lord said, Behold, they are one people, and they have all one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. And now, nothing they have imagined they can do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and there confound or mix up or confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech." Now, this is strong. Team cohesion is directly correlated to team productivity and outcomes. When a team achieves alignment in vision, in goal, in mutual respect, and commitment to each other and the organization, productivity and growth just become natural. Now, there are 3 important areas where team cohesion must happen. Call them the 3 layers of cohesion. Now, these are, number 1, collective cohesion. This is a collective commitment to what the team or group represents. It's a shared understanding, acceptance of, and pride in the purpose of the team or of the organization. This is cohesion at a strategic level, an alignment to the purpose of the group. Number 2 is called social cohesion. This is the interpersonal connection or bond among individual team members. Where there is a strong interpersonal connection, there is great energy to deliver on tasks. Social cohesion is relational bond that engenders trust at an individual level. There could be collective cohesion without necessarily being social cohesion. What I mean is, People can believe in the organization and its purpose, yet they don't have interpersonal relationships. Yeah? Now we go to number 3. Number 3 is task cohesion. This is a shared commitment to the mission or goal of the team. This is cohesion at a tactical level. Yeah? As you can see, it is possible to believe in the organization and be aligned to its purpose without believing in the individual team members. It is therefore important that the team is aligned in all 3 levels: collective, social, and task. That's when the team is at its best. Now let me here debunk 3 myths about cohesion. Number 1, there's a myth that a cohesive team is made up of like-minded people. No, similarity does not translate to cohesion. In fact, a strong cohesive team can comprise of diverse individuals with differences in beliefs, experiences, backgrounds, skills, etc. The varied perspectives they bring is what creates synergy or complementarity. Good. So number 2 is a myth that spending time together translates to cohesion in a team. Not exactly. While close proximity can engender better understanding, it takes far more than that to achieve cohesion. Where there is no collective or social cohesion, proximity becomes a depressing irritation. All right, so the 3rd myth is that corporate rituals and practices deliver cohesion. Again, this is not true. Now, organizations typically create activities that are aimed at engendering bonds among the members. It can be an induction program or a team bonding activity. Now, these are meant to create synergy within the team. But take note of this. These activities in themselves do not deliver team cohesion. It takes far more than that to achieve team cohesion. So at this point, let me highlight what I believe the leader can do to achieve cohesion in all 3 layers: collective, social, and task cohesion within the team. What will it take to achieve collective cohesion? Number 1, you need to share and consistently reiterate the purpose of the organization or the group or the team. Get your people to understand the vision, the strategy, the destination, while you're embarking on the journey. Now, once each person understands the reason for the team, the reason for the entire organization, it is easier to walk through the many hows and the who. And I've also said, create reiteration, repeat the vision, repeat the purpose very regularly. Repetition reinforces and cements belief. Number 2, create a team identity, something that distinguishes the team from other teams, that creates a sense of uniqueness. It can be a motto, a symbol, a rallying statement, or it can even be a unique chant or a team name. Then what do you do next? Model and explain the pride of being a part of the team or the family. Number 3, create and highlight success. Everyone wants to be on the winning team. First, demonstrate personal competence and success yourself. Success begins with you. Come through as the leader that can make success happen. Find a way to highlight and corporately celebrate your team's wins. And number 4, create an environment for collaboration and meaningful work. Now take on work outside the organization as a team. Volunteer experiences that get the team together doing something that maybe impacts and empowers the community around, heightens a sense of corporate relevance and meaning. Good. So, we go to social cohesion. How do you achieve this? My suggestions are these. Number 1, create an environment that enables members to work and interact closely. Now, proximity can engender greater understanding. Okay? Now, you can get people to share their stories. Be generous with sharing your own story first. Stories create connections. It uncovers each team member's humanity. Yeah? A person's personal history directly affects how they show up at work and the lens with which they see the world around them. In short, people's stories show up what has shaped their lives. So when you know the real person outside of work, walls are broken down and bridges are built. I have seen the power of shared experiences It works wonders in teams. Number 2, social cohesion is a function of the trust quotient within the team. So, lead the charge here. Create an environment of trust. If they trust you, then you earn the credibility to support them to trust each other. Where the trust level is generally low in a team, get to work, get to the roots, find out why. Find out and address the real issues. Is it lack of clarity around the overall purpose or the roles of each team member? Is it for poor communication from you or from any other person? Now listen to this. Trust is an outcome. It is not a catalyst. Yeah? To achieve trust, create safety first. Create a safe zone where team members are free to be vulnerable to each other. Again, it starts with you. Show vulnerability. Other team members will take a cue from that. Vulnerability elicits empathy, and empathy triggers what I call the circle of trust. Number 3, the third thing here is authentic communication. Create an environment that encourages team members to be themselves, to engage at a personal level and be authentic in communication. Again, you need to model this. Now, create an open line of communication. Be real. Encourage others to do the same with each other. Let team members understand each other's communication styles and preferences. Now, a lack of understanding here can create some bit of mistrust. Yeah? Number 4, know and care for each other. Now, seek to know your team members closely, and where you can, get involved in their personal space. Get them to also know and care for each other. You can share meals together regularly. It has a way of bringing the guards down and building connections. Bonds built in the personal space increase commitment and accountability in the workspace. Yeah. Next, let's look at task cohesion. What will it take to build that? Number 1, articulate the mission, the task, or the goal clearly, and ensure understanding and the buy-in of each team member. One way to create alignment here is to get each member of the team to share their understanding of the mission and what they know to be their role in it. This helps in establishing the rules of engagement. So clearly define the commitment or expectations from each member of the team. This way, everyone knows what to expect from each other and there are no ambiguities. Yeah. Number 2, create mutual accountability. Now, with clarity of each team member's role, the next thing is for the team to hold each other accountable. Create an environment where people support each other to play their role, and where team members demand performance from each other. Ensure that every team member has the knowledge, the training, the skill, the tools, and all the relevant support they will require to be able to deliver on their piece of the project. Number 3, establish appropriate incentives for achieving set goals. Now, believe me, incentives can fuel commitment. Rewards drive outcomes. Okay? Number 4, encourage intra-unit trainings or short-term assignments. This can be for a team member to train on what another person does within the team. Or it can be an actual stint. The team member, has a stint in the other person's desk to do what they do. Now, this kind of intra-team training or assignments can promote a deeper appreciation of the work of the other team members and helps to build mutual confidence and increase commitment towards achieving the set goal of the organization. Great. So today, we have covered the various ways you can build cohesion within a team across all 3 layers of team cohesion: collective, social, and task. As we close, let me note that while it is good to achieve team cohesion, the leader must be mindful to ensure balance. If cohesion tilts too much at one layer, it can affect the other layers. And that could negatively affect the outcome the team can achieve. For instance, if you stretch social cohesion too far, it can erode focus on the team purpose or the task at hand and may even lead to insubordination. So let's be careful. What do you do then? Set some rules of engagement, some guidelines on the boundaries of behavior. On the other hand, excessive task cohesion can put the team in overdrive. This can lead to having an intense team and sometimes can lead to overstress within the team. The secret then is in the balance. Let's close with this telling quote from the United States First Commander-in-Chief in a letter he wrote to Henry Knox. He wrote, "My first wish would be that my military family and the whole army should consider themselves as a band of brothers, willing and ready to die for each other." That was from George Washington. This is what team cohesion will mean: a people committed to each other and to their corporate objective. And the result? Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. You remember that quote from Michael Jordan. So there is magic in team cohesion, and I hope you find that magic in your own team. Great. So here we come to the end of the session today. I want to thank you for joining. Now, if you have not started following us on all our social media handles, please do well to follow us and continue to like, share, and comment on this video if it has been helpful to you. Thank you for joining. This has been Leading Edge.